Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Un-Insured here, bringing comms live from Goodwood. We've got Tanso round 9 Modi5 Cup. They're just kicking off here now. We have Conrad Racing 96 in first, Dodds second, third Aldo. We're going to stay on board here with Cutler going into turn 1 just to see what's going on. Oh, it's going to get a bit hairy coming down here into turn 4, I think it is down here. We've got Aldo, Oskies 42 there, TRG Tatey coming in, DMK Dominator 3. We've got Martin JL down here in 8th. We'll get a look at some of the other drivers here in just a minute. Just keeping an eye on the action going in around these nice little tight bends. You never know what could happen going in here. Let's have a look down the pack a little bit. Oh, Tatey, he's getting a bit hairy up here, and Oski's 42. Never know what could happen. He could make a move coming in the inside up here onto, what is it, third to last corner. Oh, he's actually trying to take him on the outside here. Tatey getting a wee bit hairy. Oh, here we go. See if we can get on board here with Tatey, just see what's going to happen coming in here. And we just lost a driver off. We're going with 2 drivers off here coming into these S-bends at just before the finish line. Oh, let's see, we'll keep an eye on them boys, see how they're covered a wee bit later on. With Tatey, he's still trying to give Oski, he's just putting them under a wee bit of pressure coming back in here to lap 2. These boys, they're good racers, they've been around the block a wee bit, they keep the lines tight, to keep the speed up. It's definitely interesting stuff, you never know what could happen. It's starting to get a wee bit of a gap up here between 1 and 2. Conrad Racing, and Dodds. They're definitely pulling out a wee bit of an early lead here. Let's have a wee look back. So we've got a wee bit of time here between Dodds and Conrad. Conrad, he seems to have a bit of pace this evening. He's definitely pulling out the bag. Oh, Dodds just getting it a bit wide there coming into that corner. Oh, he's just definitely got the pressure on trying to catch up here to Conrad. Conrad's definitely on form this evening. Have a wee look back here, Cutler. Oh, he's got 3 boys hunting him down here. We've got TRG Aldo, we got TRG Tatey, we've got Oskies. Oh, Oskies just making a wee move on Tatey back there. Oh, the racing tonight, boys. It's something special. To hear at Tanso, these boys, they definitely put on a show. Let's have a wee look back here. Oh, Aldo, he's looking a wee bit pleased with Cutler here. He's got a bit of pace on him. Been watching him racing over this past sort of couple of weeks, and he's definitely pulling a few moves out the bag. That boy is definitely a racer to watch. He's definitely got the skill to go along with the moves, 100%. Oh, what's happening here, boys? We've got who's this? Oski's making a move on Tatey here. Oh, he's trying to bring up the inside on this fast right hand corner. Let's see if he can make the move stick. Oh, just bringing it wide here, Oski. Oh, nightmare. Oh, he was having a good race. He won't be happy with that at all. Oh, good race now, skis, man. Just get back in it. You never know what could happen here. This track is it's one of those tracks that it can just catch you off guard. It doesn't matter how well you're into it, how much you're concentrating. It can just throw a curveball at you at any time. And before you know it, you're in that grass, and it just takes you along, and before you know it, that's just it. You're off and you're gone. It can be a bit disheartening, but these boys here, Tanso, they've definitely got the heart for the race, and they just get back in it. They plow on. Alright, that's how we look here with that DMK Chalky 12. He's putting on a wee bit of time. He seems to be getting a wee bit of a gap here between him and TRG Tatey and TRG Aldo up there. See the 3 boys up there in front, they're definitely sticking together. They're putting a bit of pressure on each other, and just really making the racing interesting. Sure, that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what we're all here for, to get that bit of racing, get the old heart pounding, as they say, and just really come off the game with a big old smile on your face, don't you? Here we look on board here with DMK Chalky, just see if we can get a better view on these 3 boys up front. They definitely seem to be looking at making moves on each other, so they do. Just looking up front there, you see Conrad racing. He's pulled out a big old gap there. Dodds, he seems to be out there by himself. But it's these three boys here, third, fourth and fifth, TRG Cutler, TRG Aldo and TRG Tatey. These boys are making the race happen. These boys are what it's all about, isn't it? Let's have a wee look up here. We'll go on to Aldo. See, oh, we just caught up to Aldo just in time there. He's trying to make a wee move on the Cutler and the MS Benz. Dangerous out of position and making a move, to be fair, but these boys, they've got their hat screwed on, and they know when to go and they know when to go. Probably just add a wee bit of pressure on the Cutler just to say, you know, I'm here, and I'm not about to let you have third position. I'm just letting you know that that's my position. Oh, he's trying to make a move on the outside. See if he can make it stick. It's definitely a hard out place to make the outside stick, because it's high speed going into this right hand bend and then into the bit slower left hand bend. But he seems to be making the move happen. He definitely made the move happen there. Well done, TRG Aldo. That was definitely nice to watch that. Now let's see if TRG Tatey can come up here and make that move happen as well. Maybe we'll go back and have a wee look at TRG Tatey, just see how he's going to approach this coming near the end of lap 5 here. Oh, just looking from this view here, TRG Cutler, he is not letting Aldo keep that position too easily, is he? Oh, he had a wee look up the inside. Oh, he had to back out just a wee bit there going into this tight right hand turn and then the S-Benz. But would you believe it? He has made it stick. Unbelievable. Oh, TRG Aldo just getting it wrong. I had that barrier there. Oh, he won't be happy with that at all. Oh, I feel bad for you there, man. Oh, jeez. See what happened after that there. You never know, like I say, Goodwood, how it just throws stuff at you, and you can either take it or you cannot, but it's one way or the other, you're getting hit. Let's see how he's getting on. I think he's hitting the pits back here. He's in getting that damage repaired, because the old front end got a touch in there. And looking back here, we've got TRG Scrabble in 12th, having a wee look at Dominator 3 DMK. That's a new team. I'm not very familiar with DMK myself, but I've heard good things about them. They seem to be a good bunch of lads. I've got DMK Martin JL back here in 11th, DMK Dominator 3 in 10th, and then we've got Aldo then, who's had that wee bit of a scrap with on barrier. I think the barrier came out on top this time, but you never know what might happen here. And we've got DK10 Piper running in 8th. He's looking like he's going to have a wee move on TRG Scrabble here very soon. We'll have a look back on that later on. We've got TRG D4TC here, a fellow YouTuber. He's sitting here in 7th. He seems to have a bit of a command and lead on the boys back there in 8th, 9th and 10th. Just get that wrong there coming in the grass just before the end of lap 6 here, but he seems to have held on to it not too bad at all. Just coming through here, what's he got? He got a 1:17.6, not a bad lap there at all. Let's see if we can, he might be having a wee look at Duds here. Let's see if he's getting slowed down or what's happening. Definitely Duds is sitting in 6th just in front of him, so maybe, I think Duds, something happened to him because he was running 2nd a little while ago. We must have missed that, but not to keep a wee eye on these boys here, because they're definitely a bit close. Let's see here, have a wee look at the tyres. So we've got D4TC here, he's running a wee bit hot on the left, not too crazy at all. But as we see there, Duds, he's just come out of the pit, so he's got a fresh set of softs on, so he's going to have definitely the better grip. So definitely I would say the better pace going into some of these corners, because it's mainly a right hand cornery track. The old left hand tyres, they do get hit pretty bad indeed. But these boys seem to be handling it pretty well. Let's have a wee look up. Also, we've got definitely a few boys hitting the pit here now. We've got TRG Tatey, TRG Chalky, and I've missed the third, but they all seem to be coming out there now, and they all seem to be bringing out a fresh set of softs just to bring in this race. It's a 15-minute race, so we're looking at potentially 13, maybe 14 laps if my math's right, which I'll be honest with you, it's probably not. Well, we've got Conrad Racing back here now in third. He's got a fresh set of racing softs on, just enough petrol, just to bring him home, I'd reckon. We got TRG Cutler. TRG Cutler, he doesn't really like the putts all that much. He likes to run the harder compound and just bring it up. Not the fastest on the track, don't get me wrong, he can be the fastest if he wanted to be, but he's a wizard with the tyres, and he definitely knows a thing or two about taking that car around the track in the most appropriate fashion he possibly can do. We've got TRG Teddy up here. He seems to be having some kind of freak out in the pit. Don't really know what's going on there, but we'll have a look at that later on and see if he's managed to get that sorted. I don't really know what's happening there, but good old Gran Turismo Sport Day. We've got Oski's 42 down here in fourth. Let's see, he's doing 1:18.8 there by the look of it. Running steady here for a pole position. He'll be happy with that, to be fair, but you know what it's like in racing. You always want that position in front of you no matter what, because obviously the closer to first, if not first, is always going to be better, and definitely in my opinion anyway. And then coming down in fourth, we got Duds, which just took over Oski's. Can you believe that? Jeez, that was timing there, boys. That was a silky smooth move. Duds, well played there, buddy. Oski's, let's see, Oski's tyres are getting burnt out. That's definitely why Duds was able to take him that easily going in there. Like I say, the corners in this track, they definitely lead to the fresher compound. It's basically strategy. It definitely plays a big role here at Goodwood Motor Circuit. And not to mention, you've got the low sun there as well. You really got to have your hat screwed on for this track, and especially the weather conditions, because it can throw you off a little bit if you're not quite used to it. Well, like I say, these boys here at Tanso seem to be doing a pretty decent job of getting themselves around this track. TRG D4 TC, he's made himself a few positions. Tyre wear, it's running a wee bit rough here on the back left tyre, but seems to be handling pretty well. He's brought himself up there from 7th the last time I had a look at him, and he's now running in 4th position. Not too bad at all for race 1 here at Goodwood of the Modi5 Cup for Tanso. And TRG Aldo had that wee bit of a discrepancy with a wall earlier on, but he's made himself back. He's got himself back in the 5th position, which, to be fair, good on him. That's good going. Looks like he's going to do a wee move here on DMK Modi5. We'll have a wee look at that. Gets him on the inside with that fresher compound, making it look easy. But DMK, he had the old indicator on there just to say, you know what, Paul, I know you've got that fresher compound on, you go ahead. Which is definitely good sportsmanship. You like to see that, definitely. We'll have a wee look back here now at DMK Chalky 12, see how he's going. He's running 6th position. Let's have a wee look at his tyres. So he's got fresh compound on there too. He's got just enough petrol, I reckon, to get him to the end of the race. So he's definitely not going to let TRG Aldo just walk over the line with us. He's going to be looking at adding a wee bit of pressure to him where he can. Like I say, I don't really know much about the DMK Chalky guys, but I've heard good things about them, and they seem to be quick, a bunch of lads around the track. And from what I see, good sportsmanship all round from these boys all day long. We've got Oski's 42 back here in 7th. Those tyres are really hurting him, but you can see there he has been into the pit. He's got that fresh compound on. Could it be too little too late? We'll have to keep a wee eye on Oski's 42 and see if he can make them positions up coming in here to the last few laps of this race. You just never know what could happen. Actually, as we talk, he's just done a move there on DMK. It does look like it was a lap though. He didn't really gain a position on that, but he's definitely putting the boot down and trying to gain them positions. We'll have a wee look on him later on, see how he's getting on. We've got D10 Piper running up here behind Oski's, not allowing him to get away with this too easy, I wouldn't say. Oh, we'll have to keep a wee eye on these boys, because there could be a few last minute battles here. Actually looking forward here up this corner here. There seems to be a bit of a battle going on here between TRG Aldo and TRG D4TC. Let's have a wee... Oh, TRG Aldo just takes a position. Well, that was unexpected to say the least, boys. Let's see. Oh, the D4TC's tires are looking a bit worse for wear, to say the least. And TRG Aldo, as you can see there, he's got that fresher compound. But if we have a look down here at the old fuel, TRG Aldo seems to be running a bit light. It is the last lap, but keep in mind, but again, as you can see here, DMK Chucky's just got that wee bit more diesel than Aldo there, as does D4TC. It'll be interesting to see what happens between these boys. As we can see, we've got Oskies 42 here coming in on 7th. Well, we'll have a wee look up here at the first runner, which is TRG Cutler, just coming across the line here now on lap 12. And TRG Cutler takes the one here in race 1 at Goodwood and Modi5 Cup. Fair play to you, TRG Cutler. Good race, buddy, from what I could see. And then we've got Duds CF14 coming across the line here in 2nd. He done well. He started off, he was doing good in 2nd. He dropped down the table a little bit, but then he managed to pull himself back on the 2nd. So that strategy definitely paying dividends for Duds, 100%. Well played there. We've got DMK Chucky 12 in 3rd. He seemed to make a good old race out of it, because he actually started off way at the back and he's come in there in pole position on 3rd. Conrad, who seemed to be running away with it at the start, came in 4th. We've got TRG Tatey coming in 5th with that bug in the pit. We've got TRG D4TC coming in 6th. And we've got TRG Aldo. He did run out of petrol. Look, he came in there in 7th. And then we had Oskies 42 running in 7th. Not a bad race for the Modi5 round 9 cup for Tanso Racing Group. I've been Un-Insured. Thanks for listening. Good night.